Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey and this is my Flosstube channel, October Cove Stitches. Full disclosure, my head is like perfectly positioned to where you won't see this. All the toys in the background. So if like I do that, get out of position and you see them, be like, whoa, gotta clean up that corner. I already know. So I have kids in my house. That's what that is. Speaking of kids, today was my firstborn's first day of kindergarten. So we walked him to school this morning and he did great. He was so brave, trying to like hold back tears, but just wanting to be strong. And we had like 3 goodbye hugs. And then I, of course, cried on the walk back. So figured today would be a good day to record a Flosstube to kind of distract myself from just thinking about him all day. So yeah, here we go. I have like such a hodgepodge around me. I don't even really know where to start with it. So I was like, I feel like I'm just gonna grab stuff. I have lots of fully finished objects and some whip stuff and some stuff to show off. So let's get started, I guess. First thing I'm gonna pull out is a fully finished object. This is a pattern from the Artsy Housewife called Summer Berries. It is a freebie on her Patreon. I did a DMC conversion that I found on another Instagram. Yarn Hooked was the name of it. And yeah, you've seen the progression of this. I started it for the Strawberry Moon Sal, created by Marjorie Maid. So I started it in June. I finished it last month. And then I fully finished it this month into a nice little pillow. The back is super special because it is a onesie from that my kids wore. So this is like baby clothing on the back. It's like a little thing. But yeah, I have been doing this thing like going through my kids' clothes, and some of it, you know, has like stains or little holes in it, so I can't really donate that. So I kind of wanted to repurpose it, and so I have a little piece of it forever, and I just think it's so cute. You know, Summer Berries, little sun's perfect for it. I did finish it with just this kind of simple rickrack trim that I glued around it. I mean, with her borders, you don't really need a fancy trim for the pillows to go with it. So yeah, just a nice little heavy pillow that I stuffed with walnut shells and just some polyfill and other stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Item number 1. I guess I'll just keep going with my fully finished objects. So we'll see where we go from there. Another little fully finished object and start is this little decoration, this little cutie. This is a freebie from Crocette Agogo. Is that how you say it? I don't know. It was a freebie from them. I completely changed all the colors. This is going to be a gift for one of my really good friends that I have known since middle school. She got married this past spring, and these were all the colors from like her bouquet and her wedding flowers. So I wanted it to match that for her. I was going to make like a Christmas ornament, but I decided to go with, kind of see, like a little stand-up thing on the table card holder, I guess. That's the back of it. So I use like foam core board, and stuck one of those things in the middle. And then this trim I actually already had, or this homemade cording from an ornament that I made. I had leftover of that. So yeah, I just want to do a little something different. I have this group of girlfriends. There are 13 of us. I always forget the number. But this group of really good girlfriends I have from middle school, we're all still really close. And one of my like long-term goals is to make a cross-stitch piece for each of them. So I have 2 girls left to go. Well, I have to give her this. I don't think she watches my Flosstube channel, so this will still be a surprise when I send it to her. Yeah, just a nice little simple cutie. And now we're going to get into the ornament train of it all. My first ornament, again, you've seen the finished stitching of it, but now I have a fully finished object to show off. This is the flower fairy from the Stitchy princess. So it's originally like a spring design. I changed up the colors to kind of be like pepperminty and candy caney. Those are words. Yeah, I added this little button, and these are beads. This is like, oh wait, her wand and her belt right here and her crown are made of the kind of metallic thread. You can kind of see. Okay, and this is huge for an ornament. In my personal opinion, one of my loose preferences is that I don't think an ornament should be bigger than like 4 to 4.5 inches. That's like max ornament size. This is ended up, I think, like 5 or 5.5, which is, again, way above my preference, but I don't know. She's kind of a special girl. Like, she's fancy. So I feel like a big in-your-face ornament kind of fits for her. And as long as all my ornaments aren't this huge, I think it'll be great. Is the lighting better on the side? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, just, this is kind of what, you can kind of see that. A shiny silver on white for just the back. And then I just kind of did this huge knot. This was already just trim that I got from Joann's back in the day. So yeah, so this is still like that Ada, and I kind of cut it to insert that. I don't know. What do we think? She's huge. It looks like it's the size of my head. It's not that big, but... So yeah, this will be my August ornament for the 12 and 26 ornament stitch along. I'll have to post that on Instagram still. Yeah. I got a lot of progress done on my ornaments. I'm just going to show you. Keep the train rolling, right? There are 2 of them. Should I show them both together? I feel like I always make that face whenever I show off something that's fully finished. I go, oh, aren't you so proud of me? Like, look at these. They're so cute. Okay. So every year, starting last year, I decided I wanted to make a ornament for each of my children for Christmas every year. So last year I did kind of this frosty snowman design, made one kind of like pink and red, and then the other like a blue color. And so I want them to be like complementary of each other. So either like same like subject matter kind of, or like same designer, just so they kind of match, but they aren't exactly the same. So for these, I will say now, I will declare this will be the only year that I do like a character ornament for both of them. I have like so many ideas that I can do for the future ornaments, but this year I have to talk about the importance of Pokemon in our house right now. It is just like taken over for the past like 2 years now, even more so. Like my son that's all he plays with is Pokemon toys, the toys, cards, Pokemon Go, Let's Go Pikachu, and we just recently got Pokopia, if you know what that is, which is also something that I have become obsessed with. Like, I love playing that. Like, I'm so into Pokemon too because he's into it. It's like something our whole family can like enjoy and bond over. But I've lost a lot of stitching hours to Pokopia this month where I could be stitching, but I wanted to play this game instead. Very unlike me. So this Pikachu comes from Black Waltz Stitching. She has this kind of bigger Pikachu Christmas design with like these little Pokeballs. You'll see a picture. So you know what I'm talking about. So I kind of just stole the little Pikachu and then little Pokeballs and kind of separated them. Oh, and this is a freebie design also. So get in on that if you have a Pikachu lover like I do. Yeah, so that's Pikachu. For my daughter, I chose this little Cinnarol. He is a Sanrio character, Hello Kitty, if you're familiar. She's only 1.5, so she doesn't really have like a character preference. But this little guy I chose because she has a blankie that she really loves that has Hello Kitty and My Melody and Cinnarol on it. So I kind of just got this chart from like Pinterest where they do the perler bead designs, patterns, like the pixelated ones. So I kind of snatched one of those that could kind of work. And then the hat is from the Pikachu design. So they're the same hat. And yeah, so I thought that turned out so cute. I'll show you the kind of back how I did. So I stitched, these are just like scrap pieces of fabric. I can tell you, picture this plus 16 count. This is probably Nessie, honestly. And so I finished these on 2 pieces of foam core board. I keep saying foam core. Is that what it's called? I don't have like a note with me to like look it up. Foam board, 2 pieces. And so it's kind of thicker. And then I got this velvet ribbon and I kind of couched it using a technique that I learned from Kathy from Hands On Design in her Patreon. Coming in handy. The finish is so cool. Like it looks really fancy, but it's so easy and like kind of satisfying to do. I really enjoy it. Yeah. And then I made this homemade cording and made a little bow. And then full disclosure again, I really like to show how things don't have to be perfect. This is gonna look really great on a tree, right? Like it looks really good. It looks almost perfect. It's not perfect. On the top, I don't know if you can see, but you can clearly see where I put in some stainless steel head pins. There's 3 of them, and they're like 2 on the cording and then 1 in the bow to secure it. I glued both of them on top, and then I pushed the pins in to extra secure it. But that's on the top. You're not going to see that on a Christmas tree, so it's okay. Another thing that I did, I underestimated how much of the pink thread floss that I would need to go all the way around and do this technique. So I ran out like down here, so I had to kind of knot it. I don't know. I had to end it and then start it essentially. So you can kind of see the tiny little knot on the back. Hindsight, I feel like I could probably hide it better if I had gone under and through. Regardless, it's tiny. You can barely see it. It's on the back. On a tree, you're never going to see it. So guess what? It's okay. Things do not have to be super perfect. What else am I missing on these? They're the same height, but not the same width, if you care about that. All called for DMCs with this one. This is just stuff I picked out to kind of match the vision. Yeah, so these will probably be my, September 12 and 26 ornament stitch along submissions. You know, it's a 2 for 1. Trying to think if there's anything else. But didn't those turn out so good? Again, these are kind of big. They're like 5 inches tall. This is a big ornament month. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. But they look super good and they look great on a tree. All right. There you go. Coffee break. Excuse me. All right. Should I show you like what I've been stitching on? I think those are all my fully finishes. Fully finished objects. So we'll pull out some whips, I suppose. As always, I stitched on my Woodland Whimsy sampler from Marigold Needle. Okay, so about this. I did not get as far as I wanted to because sooner or later it's going to happen. I miscounted something, miscounted this mushroom, so it didn't line up where it was supposed to, so I didn't frog, I just unpulled it, I guess. So I redid that, and then when I finally stitched it the correct number, there was a little moth that was right here, or firefly, I guess, that was right here, and my mushroom butted up against it, and I was like, well, what the heck? Why is that not lined up correctly? Cross-stitching has 2 rules. They do. All your stitches must go the same way. I don't care what you say, that's a rule. They have to go the same way. It looks bonkers if they don't, okay? The second rule is, do not assume anything. There was a hummingbird right outside the window. Sorry, I got so distracted. There was a cute little hummingbird right outside the window. Right when I was getting super serious about my second rule. Second rule of cross stitch is do not assume anything about a chart. Don't assume anything. Silly me, did not pay attention to that rule, and I assumed that this circle was a mirror image, essentially, right? Like same number of stitches on this side, thought there would be on the other. There was not. I counted 4 stitches over here. I thought there would be 4 stitches over there. There are not 4 stitches over here. There are supposed to be, over here. There's supposed to be 5 in a row. On the opposite sides, there's 4. On this side, there's 5. Why? I don't know. Just to be fun, I guess. So when I stitched the firefly and lined it up with that number 4 stitch when it should have been lined up with a 5th stitch. So that threw off my firefly, which threw off where my mushroom was hitting. Long story short, had to frog out that little firefly. So I lost some stitching time to frogging. And when that happens, I lose a little bit of steam on a project. I'm just like, just be gone for a little bit, okay? So I did not get as far as I wanted. Though I did hit a milestone in that I now have the top corner to the bottom corner. So that's exciting, right? If you haven't seen this, it is stitched on something. Let me see, everybody. I always forget because it's not Picture This Plus, and I always stitch on Picture This Plus. This is Fiber on a Whim. Fiber on a Whim, Smoky Quartz. I do that every time. I just need to remember what it is. Fiber on a Whim, Smoky Quartz. And the pretty floss is Night Stalker's Calling and Bonnie Lass. And this amount of stitching is finally one whole of these. Skein. There you go. 1 skein. And then that peach color is Pirate Robin in Malibu. I will pick it up next month. I've got some stuff to catch up on with it now because I'm behind in what I wanted. I sectioned out the chart to be finished in a year. So like 12 sections of it. There you go. All right. August is a weird month. Does anyone else feel like it's a weird month for like what you're going to stitch? In the US, there are no major holidays in August, right? So like we're not seasonally stitching, I guess. And by now you're like kind of sick of summer stitching. Like you really want to stitch fall now. You can't stitch fall though because it's still 100 degrees out. I don't want to stitch fall when it's 100 degrees out. And there's no like made up stitching themes for August. There's no like Strawberry Moon Sal. There's no Sampler September. So what are we stitching on in August? Is there a made up one that I don't know about? I haven't heard about it, so I don't know. But in comes Lauren, Curly Q Stitches, with a fun little birthday themed stitch along idea for August. Just Winging It Sal from Lauren. So I had a little bit of guidance for a new start. So for her birthday stitch along, I started Calling Birds by Satsuma Street. So it was the Just Winging It Sal So she encouraged people to stitch things with wings, which could be so many things. Birds, bats, butterflies, angels. Of course I chose a bird. Why am I? Of course I'm going to choose a bird. So I did start this little guy. I'll show you how far I actually got. Yes, still in the hoop because I was just working on it yesterday. Okay, so I'm clearly not stitching this on the perforated paper that came in the kit for the first time ever. I'm stitching it on 16 count Aida, Picture This Plus, and Heartland. So it's going to be a little smaller than what it would be if I used the perforated paper. I'm doing it on the fabric because I'm patiently waiting for Helen D, East Coast Stitcher, to come out with a tutorial for how to finish these in like a shaped ornament. So I'm very excited to try to do that. My plan is to do the full like 12 Days of Christmas in the series from Satsuma Street. This is the first one that I've stitched. I have the kits for 4 of them. But I guess I won't need the kits now. I'll just have to, for the future ones, I can just buy the PDF and then kind of source my materials. So my goal for this was to have the birds complete in August, which I did do, minus the beads that will go on it. Oh yeah, she's really cute. So thank you, Lauren, for creating that stitch along. Happy birthday. I just love celebrating birthdays, and I love a good themed stitch along. I don't necessarily want to stitch the same charts as everyone in a stitch along. I want to stitch like a theme. So I really like that. So yeah, little birds. When will I finish it? I don't know. Maybe next month. Who knows? What next? What next? All right, all right, this is a sad start, but I started the second ornament in the Quilted Gingers series from Hands On Design in her Patreon. A little sad start. Definitely didn't get as far as I did for the first ornament, but I do have something to show for the first ornament. Here we go. So this is the first in the Quilted Ginger series from Hands On Design. You saw it stitched, fully stitched last month, but I did add some of the embellishments, so making a little bit of progress. I did have a blunder in that I didn't make my mat board before I added the trim, which Kathy clearly says you should do the mat board before you do the trim. So now I'm like, because laying the mat board and like kind of cutting it and measuring it, it's going to be difficult with these like things sticking up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So got that done. I'm going into this, I wanted to make all 3 into ornaments because I'm an ornament girly. But I think I'm changing my mind. I might do the triptych where it's the 3 houses and they're kind of stitched together to make kind of like a trifold, like stand-up decoration. So that's something different that I won't have otherwise. So I think I might go with that. What do you think? Anyone else stitching this series? Gotta get going on the other one. All right. What else have I been stitching in the no man's land of August? I pulled out some whips, so I got some progress that I will show you now. Ooh, here we go. This is Pink Menagerie from JetX Stitch. Ooh, this is also stitched on, it's called Merlot. Who does it? It's not Picture This Plus. It is it Fiber on a Whim? Good thing I'm so organized, you guys. Ooh, it is Fiber on a Whim. I probably ordered those fabrics at the same time. Fiber on a Whim, Merlot, all called for flosses. And there's like 3 shades of hot pink overdyed threadworks in this pattern. And then the blue is also a threadworks and like 2 DMC colors. So all that like hot pink are 3 different colors, which actually make it kind of hard to stitch because I'm like, okay, wait, what color is that? What am I lining up with? So it takes a little bit of brain power to do this one. I feel like I have a lot of good progress on it. Since the last time you saw it, I think I finished the seal, definitely did the dolphin, these 2 kitties, these little duckies, started this, what will be a red panda. See how kind of long it will be? This is how wide it goes. So it'll probably end here. And it's really not that far from the bottom of being done. I had an idea maybe I would finish it to the bottom by the time I recorded this, but clearly it didn't happen. I did have an error in that bunny's arm should be 2 rows, but I only made it 1 row. So that kind of made me have the dolphin shifted up 1 where it shouldn't, but it shouldn't really affect anything going down there. So yeah, made a little bit of progress on that one. Don't know when I'll pull it out next, but it'll go away for the month. Okay, my next whip progress I'm very excited about. And I'm very excited to show. Let's see, get it the right way. Ooh. This is Thirza Goes Goth from Hemlock and Rye. Stitched on 16 count, picture this plus murky, which is the called for. All right, so for this pattern, I felt like what I was seeing in the model stitch didn't line up with what was called for, what I was seeing. So I did do kind of my own DMC conversion to try to match it closer to how I saw the mock-up, the model stitch image. I know photography, camera, screens all look different. So that's why I'm saying how I see it. Yeah. So I did my own DMC conversion. Some of the flosses stayed the same, like maybe 5 of the colors, but the rest are just either, they're probably lightened up. Because in a stitch called Thirza Goes Goth, yeah, you'd expect them to be dark, right? But I made them lighter. So yeah, I've gotten a lot done on this because it is so fun. I love this so much. I could probably like just stitch on this and be happy if I didn't have all these other things that I also needed to stitch on. Because this is just this is my jam, like little motifs and you're done. And all those colors are so pretty. I love it. So I'll probably like keep stitching on this because I love it so much. And now that I did like finalize what I wanted for my DMCs. So yeah. Love it. Love it. I like always am thinking like, did I say everything about it that I was supposed to say? I don't know. Those are all my whips. That's everything I've stitched on. But yeah, I still have a bunch of stuff to show. So I guess I can get into kind of like what I want to stitch on next month. I can do that, right? September. Show you 2 things that I'm very, very, very excited to start. I already got my fabric. Basically everything's kitted up. Here we go. I'm gonna start. This is Oh Death from Violets and Sunshine. It's so cool. Okay, it says, "O death, where's thy sting? O grave, where's thy victory?" So it's like such a hopeful yet spooky sampler that I'm so excited about. I'm going to do all called for overdyes and like 3 DMCs I decided to do versus the overdyes. And I will show you, okay, so the picture, this is stitched on Haunted by Seraphim. I did order that. However, let me show you what it looks like. I already cut it, but this is Haunted from Seraphim in the 16 count Ada. So clearly a little bit lighter than what the model, how it looks in the picture. I know things dye differently, especially on Ada, it dyes lighter. So this is kind of like a light, it's almost like purpley gray. So still super pretty. So I cut out that fabric. I was just gonna use it because I was like, oh, it's still pretty. See, look. This is the other half of it. So it's so pretty. It really is. But not as like dark and eerie and spooky as the picture is, right? Show you that again. A little bit different. So I was all set to start it on that haunted fabric, but then Stitch Me posted a little Instagram post about their Halloween line coming out, and I had one called Spooky, which I thought looked so good. I thought, I was like, ooh, maybe that will work for my Oh Death. So I ordered it, and I will show it to you now. Oh yeah, that looks cool. It's still, the spooky Ada looks a lot lighter than like the pictures of like, they probably show off linen, so it's a little blacker in the pictures that they show like for their advertising, I guess. But still, oh, look how cool that is. I gotta really lean back to show you the full effect. So I'm gonna stitch Oh Death on this piece of Stitch Me 16 count Ada from, and it's called Spooky. Perfect for that, right? Spooky and haunted. So it still kind of has like a purpley tint to it, I suppose. I'll show you. Oh, I mean, I can't show both, but there's kind of a comparison. Are you seeing it? Yeah. So both super pretty. Obviously, I will use haunted for something, but spooky is what I'm going to use for Oh Death. It'll look great. And also in my order from Stitch Me, I've picked out, where is it? I picked out another one because you've got to order more to get the free shipping. What are you going to pay for shipping? That's crazy. So I also ordered 16 count Slate, which is kind of in the black fabric category. Super dark. So yeah, just to have in my stash, and I always need like a dark, moody fabric, right? So yeah, no plans for that one as of yet, but I mean, Halloween's coming up. I mean, even like bright Christmas colors look good on black, so. And rolling along with the Stitch Me, actually, in my order from Stitch Me, they sent a little skein of sample silk. 10 yards of it. So yeah, just to kind of promote their silks. Does feel nice. Love me a silk. So yeah, if you place an order from Stitch Me, maybe you'll get a little silk too. Fun stuff. And then another Stitch Me thing. You've probably already seen it, but in case you haven't. Ooh. This was the Midsummer Stitch exclusive fabric from Stitch Me. It's called Moonlit Garden. And I got it because I thought that Blueberry J would look so pretty on this. So that's my plan for this. I haven't like pulled threads or anything, but that's why I got it, because I want to eventually do Blueberry J. And I think it'll look gorgeous on this. Oh yeah. So pretty. So pretty. Since we're just showing off fabrics now, you guys aren't bored of fabrics. That'd be crazy, right? I also made an order from Black Dahlia Fabrics. So Black Dahlia Fabrics has on their Etsy what they call an Island of Misfit Toys section. So it's like fabrics that have just like a slight imperfection, I guess. So you can't really sell it with the normal stuff. So it's at a discount price, essentially. So I like to hop on there and kind of see what's going on every once in a while. So I found an 18 count Ada called Cussy in the Island of Misfit Toys section. And it's kind of this gold, really pretty. And like, so it's supposed to have like an imperfection, but I think, well, you can barely see it. There's like a tiny little dot there. Tiny little dot of like probably not the right color on there. Like it's like a blue. But you're gonna stitch right over that, I'm sure. But enough for a discount, heck yeah. I already know what I'm definitely gonna stitch on this. It's a Christmas ornament. It's gonna be my first Christmas ornament of next year. It's hands-on design, the Christmas beetle. Oh, I love that chart. It's so cute. And so I really want to stitch it on this like gold color. And if a dot of blue does show up on it, it'll go great with that. So perfect. I also ordered from Black Dahlia Fabrics this cut. It must be from her monthly club from July. It's called Hoyo July. It's just a 16 count Ada. Don't really have plans for it, but is at a discount, so yeah, I want it. Add it to my stash. All right. So my other plan for September is starting one very near dear to my heart. Very excited. You've seen it. I know you've seen it. I like cross stitch from Jedex Stitch. This has been on my list since its release. But this year I am celebrating my 10-year Stitchy anniversary. Been stitching for 10 years now. Can you believe it? So I really wanted to start a piece to kind of commemorate that. And this is the piece for me. I'm going to use all the called for stuff. I already do have my chosen fabric, which I will show you now. Of course, it is 16 count. Picture this plus. Oh, it's so washed out. You can't even see. You can't see how pretty this is. Okay, it's called Chalice. So it's like this peachy color, which looks so close to the called for color, like almost identical. Ugh, you cannot see that. That looks terrible. Well, trust me that it's super pretty. It's gonna look pretty. I'm so excited to start it next month. I think I'm gonna start it with, we haven't talked about it in a while, but Bridget from Dawson Stitchery mentioned like wanting to stitch it. We're like, do you want to start it together? Yes, I do. So Bridget, if you're watching, we gotta talk. We gotta plan this out when we're gonna start it together. Like, yeah, so that'll be fun. Yeah, what else we got? Some Stitchy kindness, I suppose. My first Stitchy kindness in a Flosstube that I want to talk about. Okay. Cindy C. Stitches on Instagram. I'm like speechless. She's like one of my favorite people ever. She stitches beautifully. Her fully finishes are like so crisp and so good. So inspiring. But that's not the best part about Cindy. Cindy is like what I like to call like your stitching auntie. The kind of woman who just is your cheerleader. She like comments on everything, like encourages you and just like, yes, keep stitching. Like you're doing great. Like I love it. She's so kind. She just comments on everything, which that's why I'm here. Like comment and engage and like, I want to talk about stitching. If you comment, I want to comment back. I want to talk about it, right? So she's just one of those people who always like encourages me on my posts. So I just love it. Recently I just helped her find a chart, like the smallest thing ever. And she was like, hey, Kelsey, can I maybe send you like a little gift? And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to say no to that. But she just like went above and beyond in what she sent me. So I just kind of want to show it off because it's so great. First things first. Not my first, but like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Project bag. If you watch me a couple videos, I was like, Guys, it's okay if you don't have project bags. It's okay if all your projects are in like these. It's fine. You don't need them. Project bags are cute and they're cool, but if you don't have them, it's okay. Not everyone has them. But now I have one that is super cute that I only assume Cindy handmade. So yeah, I'm so excited to have like, now I get it. I get the like, with my bag. Still probably not gonna buy one myself, but you know, as a gift, it's so cool. And she sent this little charm. She just sent me like this, and she sent me some floss. Ooh, I have to read the note she said. She said, these are extras, duplicates of Victorian motto flosses from my crazy stash. I don't know what kind of flosses those are, but they sound cool and they're so pretty. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I love adding to my stash because I use it. She also asked me like what my preferred fabric count is. And if you've been watching, you know exactly what it is. It is 16 count Aida. So she also sent me just some cuts of 16 count Aida, which are so great to have because I tend to just buy like the most colorful fabrics. I don't tend to buy neutrals, and then I always find myself needing a neutral. I'm like, Kelsey, why don't you ever buy any neutrals? In comes Cindy to the rescue. Love to have those on hand. She also just sent me like a bag of all this extra like little goodies. Who doesn't love little goodies? I'm gonna also show you. She sent me this little needle book, a matching needle book to go with the project bag. So thank you, Cindy. You are just my hero. I adore you. I already have a project in my project bag. Western sheep moth from Pedal Pusher. I already have my flosses and my fabric. I have this pattern and the fabric thanks to my mama, who's also on Instagram, Needle and Spoons. I will type out their username so you remember to go check them out. Definitely check out my mama and harass her about not posting on Instagram anymore. Mom, people want to see what you're stitching. Post on Instagram, come on. But the last time I was recording, I received a text message from my mom and she's like, I'm gonna make an order from 123 Stitch. Need anything? I think my exact words were, need anything? No. Do I want anything? Of course I do. So she let me pick out a couple things that I wanted. I didn't bring the other charts that I picked out, but this was one of them. I really wanted to start this. And she also got me the fabric for it. Why isn't there a sticker on it? Oh, there it is. Which is probably Fiberlicious in Mermaid Mules, 16 count Aida, to stitch that little moth on. I was gonna start it today as a first day of school start, but shoot, I haven't had time. I organized my fabric drawer, gathered all my props for this. I still have a couple errands that I want to do before I pick up my boy from school. So there's just no time. Am I not gonna stitch today? Oh, that'd be crazy. I mean, on my day off. Anyway, I had some other stuff to show you, but this video is way longer than they normally are for me. Are y'all doing okay? I know sometimes videos are hours long, which I can't do, but 44 minutes. I'll just show you some other stuff quick. It's fine, it's fine. These are the Pirate Robins floss from Midsummer Stitch. Again, I'm sure you've seen, this was the specialty dyed one from that. It's called Midsummer. So pretty. So I have that. I also brought in my section of the video where I show you stitches from around my house. As you notice, I did not have any Alice in Wonderland stitch along progress to show you. Ignore that, it's fine. So I did bring an Alice stitch to show you that I had stitched a long time ago. This is Alice in Wonderland from the Stitchy Princess. This was stitched on a 16 count Aida that I dyed myself, and all called for DMCs. Kind of probably a rough frame job. But it looks pretty good. I framed it myself. AKA I like cut it the size of the frame. I didn't put any board or lacing or pins in it. That'll come later when I teach myself how to do that. So yeah. So I have something, Alice, to show you. Just no Alice book stitch along stuff. Ooh, what else? I feel like I don't have anything to show you, but I have stuff to talk about. Is that boring when you just hear me talk? I don't know. I wanted to mention another Flosstube that has been around apparently, but she just made a video and I was so excited to see her pop up on my home screen. Cross Stitch Kim. Another person who's just like such a cheerleader for other stitchers, always commenting like, oh, this looks so good, and just like, you're so sweet. So just another stitcher that I really adore. She started designing, which I'm so excited for her to start. Like, it's just so fun to start designing, even if you don't like get serious about it. I don't know. It's just another way to be creative in this craft. She does have a freebie Christmas ornament that I probably will be stitching next year for my 12 and 27 ornament stitch along. So definitely grab that from her blog. Her blog is super cool because she does what she calls a finishing recipe. So like all of her fully finishes, she just gives all the like ingredients of how she does it. So cool. Please watch her. Apparently she had Flosstube a long time ago and just like kind of restarted, but she's new to me in the Flosstube world. I'm so excited. What else? Thank you, everyone, for all your support for my ornament that I showed off last year, the Jolly Old Toadstool. Thank you, everyone, for downloading it and just being encouraging about it. That's kind of like the biggest thing for me, is just people being so supportive. You know, even if you don't stitch it or download it, whatever, it's fine. Just like saying like, good job, Kelsey. Like, I don't know. That means a lot to me. Somebody did stitch it, the Jolly Old Toadstool. They posted it on their Instagram. Beth. It looks so good. I can't wait for her to fully finish it. And then also thank you, Megan. My kindred spirit, wide-eyed stitching child. She stitched my Where the Love Light Gleams, my little pink brick Christmas ornament. So I'm excited for her to fully finish it as well. So just thank you so much to everyone for stitching my stuff and supporting me and just being there. It means a lot. Long-winded today, guys. My head got out of frame to cover up the toys. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I just love you guys so much. Please comment. And I say that because I want to like talk to you. You know, it's not about views and followers, whatever. I love talking about cross stitch. This is my favorite day of the month when I get to do show and tell and talk cross stitch. So, thank you for being here. I will see you in September.